to supplies for Louis Vuitton? Let me tell you the secret. Louis Vuitton have many Chinese suppliers, but they just don't admit it. 50% of the Louis Vuitton bag are from these two places, Guangzhou City and Dongguan City. 90% of Louis Vuitton silk is from Wanshili in Hangzhou City. I have a friend who is a manager in the factory of Louis Vuitton, and he told me that the similar quality one just needs $50 US. This is crazy, right?
Hi guys, welcome back. Happy Thursday. So, Chinese manufacturers and influencers have been using social media to spill the tea on how a ton of luxury brands actually work. They are showing that a lot of high-end stuff like bags from Gucci, Prada, and Louis Vuitton is made super cheaply in Chinese factories. Then, those same items get shipped to Europe, get a fancy label slap on it like made in Italy or whatever, and are sold for crazy prices. For years, Made in China has had this reputation of being cheap, poorly made, and done in bad factory conditions. Fast fashion totally feeds off that low-cost manufacturing to keep profits high. But now, people are realizing that even the so-called luxury goods are often made the same way. It totally messes with the idea that expensive equals better quality or exclusivity. Some manufacturers are even posting videos online showing the factories where these luxury products are made. They are telling people, look at here, look at here, look at here, hey, just buy directly from us and pay way less for basically the same thing.
Want to know who's the Chinese factory behind Nike, Adidas, Fila, and UGG? Number one, the biggest factory for Nike shoes in China is called FJF Group. They're located in China, Fujian. FJF is also China's biggest shoe factory. Second, the factory behind Adidas shoes is Baocheng Group in China. Baocheng Group has factories in China and in Southeast Asia. Number three, the factory behind UGG in China is called Henglong Group in Henan. Henglong Group is also the biggest factory of UGG shoes in the entire world. And number four, the factory behind Fila Group in China is called Shentai Group, and they're located in Zhejiang, China. Comment and let me know what other products I should do next, and follow me if you want to know more factories in China.
One video that got over 10 million views before it got deleted and the account disabled claimed that 80% of luxury bags are actually made in China. And one supplier who makes Birkin bags said they sell for like $34,000, but only cost about $1,400 to make. And the people making them, they get barely any of that money, okay?
This Birkin bag at Hermes boutique will cost you 38,000 USD. But what is the real cost out of the factory? Today, I'm going to break it down in front of you step by step. First thing first, Hermes only used the leathers from the three top-level suppliers. The same leather as this one will cost 450 USD. And one piece of the leather is only enough to make one Birkin, okay? And next, thread. And of course, for Hermes Birkin, the thread is also the best top level. It's called Fil Al Chinois from France. This is actually the Rolls Royce in thread. For each bag, the cost is 25 USD. And then the hardware. See, this hardware is called 316 hardware. It's also known as the ocean stainless steel because it can withstand the erosion of seawater. It's the best stainless steel. For one piece of bag, the hardware will cost 150 USD. The edge oil. This edge oil is imported from Italy. It's called Heat Seal edge oil. For each bag, it will cost 50 USD. The interior lining, it used lambskin imported from France. For each bag, the cost will be 100 USD. And also inside, there is a zipper from Riri brand. The zipper for one bag is 10 USD. And then the cost of human resource. Human resource cost will be 600 USD. Package. Now, this is not as expensive, it's 10 USD. So now, to sum those up, the total cost will be 1,400 USD for one Birkin out of factory. But why Hermes will charge you 38,000 USD for one bag? That's because more than 90% of the price is paid for its logo.
This whole trend picked up speed after Trump rolled out his Liberation Day tariffs. First, in February 2025, he added a 10% tariff on all imports, then bumped it to 20% in March, and by April, there was a 34% retaliation tariff, bringing it up to 54%. Then, even with a stock market crash, he paused tariffs for 90 days, but not for China. For Chinese imports, the total tariff went all the way up to 145%. But China hit back with a 125% tariff on U.S. goods. Chinese officials basically said they are not worried, and the president even warned that trade wars don't end well for anyone. At the same time, China started building alliances with other countries who are also feeling the heat from U.S. policies. It's no secret that a lot of products, even from luxury brands, are made in China. But what I find strange is how some of these vendors are openly naming the high-end brands they supposedly manufactured for. You would think billion-dollar companies would have strict contracts and NDAs in place to prevent that kind of disclosure. And with the money these brands have, they could easily afford to have exclusive deals with manufacturers, meaning the factories wouldn't be allowed to recreate or sell those same products to anyone else. So, why would these factories risk everything, exposing who they work with, throwing these billion-dollar companies under the bus just because of tariff issues? It doesn't really add up. In fact, those same luxury brands are probably the only ones who can actually afford to keep doing business with them, even with the high tariffs in place. So why risk losing that? It honestly feels like some of these Chinese vendors are being manipulative. They are using brand names to play mind games and boost their own sales, especially now that tariffs are impacting their business. Many of these exposing videos could just be a strategy to make people think they are getting the real deal straight from the source, when in reality, some of these vendors might be producing knockoffs. And I know how business works. Any legit company, especially a billion-dollar one, is going to have rock-solid NDA agreements. There's no way they would let a manufacturer casually go public with that kind of information without serious consequences.
$10, $10, and $10. All is $10. We have 7 colors. Look, 8 colors: brown, pink, green, black, and coffee. This is warehouse. If you need, please contact me.
Do you recognize this style, this bag? Of course you do. For the past more than 30 years, we have been the OEM factory for most of the luxury brands around the world. Gucci, Prada, Coach, Louis Vuitton, you name it. But for this, I am not proud because we were only making our wages. The profit margin for the people who are actually making the bags are very low. What I'm really proud of is that first, we have the best quality control. 2, we have the best craftsmanship. You know, Chinese craftsmen are always intelligent and diligent. 3, we have the most complete supply chain. We always get what we want, like zippers, accessories of any kind, any color, and leathers immediately. Now, as the USA and its little European brothers are trying to refuse Chinese goods, don't you think luxury brands are not trying to move their OEM out of China? Yes, they did, but they failed because the OEM factories out of China, they don't have good quality control and they don't have as good craftsmanship craftsmanship. Their workers are either too expensive or too lazy. 3, they don't have any supply chain. They always have trouble getting leather or zippers or any accessories. That is why they failed, and that is why we will always be the best OEM factory for luxury brands. Why don't you just contact us and buy from us? You won't believe the prices we give you.
Your made in Italy Gucci 80% come from Chinese factory. They just add the logo in Europe to make you pay the price of 10 times. Close your eyes. If your hammer says made in China, does it feel cheaper? No, that's not a quality issue. It's luxury brand washing. Fun fact, the hand stitching your product, 42% are Chinese artisans. We don't do cheap, we do underrated luxury. Why pay 2,000 Europe for Parisian air? Same leather, same craft, just without the European fairy tale facts. Be a luxury rebel, you can shop on Chinese platforms such as Taobao, 1688, Tianmao, Jingdong. You can even go directly to Guangzhou, Yiwu, Quanzhou, Wenzhou to buy. Don't know how to buy, how to pay, or arrange delivery? Just PM me. GoNest to provide free shopping guidance and shipping services for you.
Do you know who is producing high-quality accessories for those luxury brands like Chanel, Estee Lauder, L'Oreal? So you're saying you're the supplier behind all these beauty accessories for those big luxury brands? L'Oreal, MAC, Chanel, Bobbi Brown, and even Rosewood Hotel.
Last week we also received an order, Royston. Yeah, the comb like 20,000.
Like all?
One color.
Now show me your factory. Show me the production line.
Here, this is our cutting room. So you can see the machine, here claw clip, and here comb here. After cutting, we can take the claw clips out like this. Here's our molding area. Take off the plate. After make the mold, mold the shape, so we can include the spring and flower accessories.
This is like the final touch-up. You have to polish and check like the
defective.
Quality control.
Here's our coating plate. On the surface, we will spray a drawing effect. Here's our painting plate. Here's one of our warehouse. Here's our material area. All the acid board we have ordered here.
So tell me, what is this? This is like PVC or acrylic?
Acid material. The material is eco-friendly and more durable and flexible than PVC or acrylic materials. It's the most expensive material.
How
in
expensive?
For this one, for example, this one like 50 RMB one piece.
One piece, 50
Yeah, 50 RMB.
And the cost of it.
Yeah.
Okay, so while these TikToks might not be revealing big secrets, they are definitely changing the conversation. Instead of seeing China as just a place where cheap stuff is made, people are starting to recognize that a lot of the craftsmanship behind luxury brands is actually coming from there. And these videos show workers making high-quality goods that look just like the big name brands, calling out the whole idea that made in China means bad quality. So yeah, what do you all think about this? Do you see how it could be manipulating? So let me know, are you going to keep paying luxury prices for bags just because of the brand? Or would you consider cutting out the middleman and buying straight from the factories in China? Personally, I wouldn't buy things like skincare, beauty products, cookware, or any food items directly from there, but that's just me. But I am curious to hear your thoughts. Drop them in the comments. Thank you guys for tuning in. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, share, and all that good stuff. And I will see you on the next one. Peace.